Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. It is the start of a new arena season. We have dropped out of Mythic and ended in a top Mythic rank, somewhere in the 6 to 800s I think is where we ended up, which gave me enough qualifier points to enter a qualifier event. So the next limited qualifier event, you will see that here on the channel thanks to our Mythic rank. And we're going to see how high we can get this month, which is going to be, could be very high. It's going to be one of the most we've drafted. The months that we've drafted the most in a long time, 5 drafts a week. We're going to see how high we can get. But we got Pack 1 Pick 1 to dive into today. There is Homicide Investigator, as well as Neighborhood Guardian. Homicide Investigator seems cool. Haven't played with it. But gosh, Black, it's just a little bit slower. And Neighborhood Guardian, as boring as some white decks are, I guess we're doing blue-green today. Didn't really matter what we took in pack 1 because Doppelgang is a card that I've passed a couple of times in this format very early on, and I'm not going to do that again. I love blue-green in the format. I have a 14-0 record with blue-green so far. 2 drafts, both 7-0 trophies. Neither of them feature Doppelgang, but boy is this card good, and we're going to see if we can build around it today. It's going to be interesting. Now, Black-White is also a deck I really like. I think I have 2 drafts and 2 trophies with Black-White, somewhere around a 14-2 or a 14-3 record with that deck, or with that archetype. So I could just take something like Soul Search, Seasoned Confession to go with the Neighborhood Guardian. I think Doppelgang is too good, though. And for Doppelgang to be at its best, you want to have some ramp. You want to have some ways to get to the late game, and Rebel Belt Maverick is an interesting way to do that. I really do want to try out the Chalk Outline, Insidious Roots style of deck. But I'm going to go ahead and just take the Bite Down on Crime here to start. Gravestone Strider is another piece of that deck. I don't know if I should take it here. It is a nice little roadblock early, and the only problem is you're not guaranteed to see the cards like Chalk Outline and Insidious Roots, because they are uncommon. Now, I don't think Greenbelt Radical wants to go in this style of deck. Crocodile. I'm going to go ahead and take the Strider. This could be an interesting little draft for us here where, take the Eliminate Impossible as well. I think if I were at the Pro Tour, which I'm not and never have been and likely never will be, I think I probably would have continued down this white aggro path a little bit more than taking Bite Down on Crime into Gravestone Strider. But this is a deck, Gravestone Strider, I have wanted to draft for a long time here on the channel. And every time I see a Gravestone Strider, I just don't take it. So today's the day I just went ahead and took one to see if we can find our way into the deck. And lots of blue still here. There's a Public Thoroughfare if we wanted to try to splash the Doppelgang. There's an Unauthorized Exit, Cold Case Cracker. Charm is a bit too mana intensive, I think, for really anybody in the format. And I think I'm just going to take another 2-mana interactive spell. And go from there. High Alert. Well, we have a Gravestone Strider. I don't think it's going to be good enough. But you never know. I think I'll just take a Jaded Analyst. I don't really like Sudden Setback. I think it's a little bit too clunky. Don't really need 2 Unauthorized Exits, and Crocodile is whatever. I'll just take the 2-drop that trades off here. Repulsive Mutation is a card I do love. Now there's also They Went This Way, which is a card I would like to get at least a copy of with Doppelgang here. But I can't pass Repulsive Mutation. This card is so good. And Leyline of the Guild Pack, probably not ever going to try to make that one work. Pompous Gadabout and Crocodile Wield. I guess this is a spot where I could pick up the Crocodile. These kind of decks really don't want things like Pompous Gadabouts. I didn't even note the Chalk Outline. Pack 2. What did I take? Oh, because I took the Doppelgang. I didn't even see it. Now, Flourishing Bloomkin is also very good, but is today the day for Chalk Outline? I think we're going to try it. we've got a Gravestone Strider, and I already regret passing the 1-mana 1/1 Surveil guy, Rubble Belt Maverick. That would have been a very nice addition to this kind of deck. Now, I don't think we can pass Axebane Ferox as much as I want to draft around Chalk Outline Doppelgang, but Axebane Ferox is just too much raw power. There's also Bloomkin. The last one wheeled. I don't think this one's going to wheel. That would just be kind of crazy as well. There's a Panther, there's a Makeshift Binding, but we're going to go ahead and take the Axebane Ferox here. And I'm looking for black fixing. I'm looking for Insidious Roots. I'm looking for more Gravestone Striders, more cards that allow themselves to leave the graveyard. There is a Crime Stopper Sprite which can cause cards to leave the graveyard, just like Bite Down on Crime can. There is an Escape Tunnel which can get black fixing if we find it Insidious Roots. There's Prophecytic Memory, but I don't think that's where we're all synergy today, and it's with Sprite or Tunnel here. I think I'm going to take the Sprite because we don't have the Roots yet, and there's no guarantee we're going to get a Roots. So just going to go ahead and take that here. There's a Cold Case Cracker and a Loxodon Eavesdropper, I think is about all I'm deciding between here. There's a Course to Kill as well, but I think I'm going to take the Eavesdropper. I like that a little bit more than Cold Case Cracker. Lots of good options for us here. There's a hard-hitting Question, a Tunnel Tipster, and an Out Cold. I like all of these. I would love to play at least a copy of all these, but with Doppelgang, I don't have any ramp yet, and I think Tunnel Tipster is what we want. Because with Doppelgang, it's basically 8 mana, you win the game. And you can cast it for 5, but it's not at its best. So you really want to try to get up to 8 mana if at all possible. And the Tipster helps do that. Here's a Rubble Belt Maverick I think I will take. I don't think it's a Mistway Spy deck. I'd probably play another Bite Down on Crime, but I'll take the Maverick here and go from there. Topiary Panther is a way to put itself into the yard. So cards like Crime Stopper Sprite and Bite Down on Crime can get better. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Panther here. Alright, look, Escape Tunnel. Not quite the wheel yet, but I'll take a piece of fixing. Again, I would love to get another Gravestone Strider, another Maverick, and a couple more. I also want one of the 3-mana ramp spells here. This is a little bit different of a blue-green deck than I built in the past. I'm trying to, like, kind of draft around the Chalk Outline Doppelgang thing a little bit more, which I think is going to lead to a less optimized version of this deck, but it's going to be a different version. And that's what I'm here to do, is give you different versions of different decks and different experiences so you enjoy watching as much as I enjoy playing. And look at that, Rubble Belt Maverick number 2. That is what I wanted. So we'll go ahead and take that here. Topiary Panther, Deduce. I think I'll take the Panther over Deduce and Conundrum. I just don't think Conundrum is ever going to happen. Guess I'll take the Analyst. Investigator's a little bit too expensive, I think. We've already got our expensive stuff going on here. Lumbering Laundry. None of this really does what we want it to do. This lets you look at face-down creatures? Yeah, no. Probably not going to play a Scoundrel. And last pick, Bite Down on Crime. Don't mind if I do. Wow. I have yet to be able to play with Ezram. And this will be at least the second time I've passed it. I just unfortunately can't do it. There's also a Maverick Thopterist here, which is really good. But neither... This is impossible to cast. And Maverick Thopterist isn't really synergistic in our deck, so I think we take an Evidence Examiner and be a little bit upset with it, as I do have to pass an Ezram here. But we've got a... Now, Tristani is a card I can't pass. That is splashable. and that is a card I've yet to be able to play with and lost to at least a couple of times. Now, there is a Tunnel Tipster, would love that. There is a Researcher, would also love that. But I have to take Tristani. The card is stupid. What else do we have here? Case of the Locked Hothouse. Well, I tried it once. It was horrible. I had it played against me. It was great. Do we try it again today, or do we just take a Vitu-Ghazi Inspector? Cast creatures. 14 creatures. I think the Inspector is the correct pick here, but I'm going to try the Case. And kind of regret that, because I think we have to take another Axebane Ferox. You know, you don't want to have too many 4-drops, of which we already have several. There's another Inspector here, but, I mean, I can't pass Axebane Ferox. Oh, Chalk Outline versus Repulsive Mutation. Well, we're drafting around Chalk Outline. I think today's the day that we're doing this. As much as I like Repulsive Mutation, I really want to try this Chalk Outline deck, and I think we kind of have a version of it. I would love in the last 3 picks to be able to find another Gravestone Strider. I think the correct better pick here is Mutation, but I'm going to try Chalk Outline and hope it's good enough. There is a Maverick here, again, that lets itself leave the graveyard for Chalk Outline, which is great. 2 more picks for another Strider. Didn't get it, but we did get They Went This Way. Very good pickup here. And cross your fingers for a pick 8 Gravestone Strider. That is all I want in this world here. I think we can. Let's see. Probably not playing Fanatical Strength. We'll make a couple cuts. Didn't quite get there, but there's another Escape Tunnel, and I'll play 2 of these pretty happily. Alright, so only got 1 Gravestone Strider. And I'm not playing any of this. And the reason I wanted this card is because... yeah, nothing really here either. Gravestone Strider, you can pay 2 to make itself leave the graveyard, and then also exile another creature from your own graveyard to trigger Chalk Outline twice. The Inspector wheeled, and I think I'll play it, so that's great. A second Inspector wheeled, and I will probably play that too. This is a very interesting deck. Got a lot of synergy, and a lot of filler, but it will be an interesting deck build, and I'm excited to play this one out, so I'll see you after a little bit of a deck build for me. Okay, this is where I ended up, and I'm super excited for this one. This is a very unique deck in the format. I mean, we've got Doppelgang, I kept 2 Chalk Outlines, 2 Feroxes, 2 Panthers, Tristani, and a bunch of early roadblocks with 4 ways for creatures to leave the graveyard by themselves, 2 big creatures that put themselves in the graveyard, as well as 1 Bite Down on Crime and a Crime Stopper Sprite, and 2 Inspectors to collect evidence on the Panthers to make it leave the graveyard to trigger Chalk Outline. I did decide to keep Case of the Locked Hothouse in here. It may not be great, but I think it's a little bit of late game inevitability, just like our Doppelgang is, and I think this deck is going to be super mana hungry, and we're never going to want to miss a land drop, so I'm actually playing 18 lands here, which is something I usually don't do. But I'm excited to give it a try. I think we can very easily get run over by a lot of the Boros decks in the format. But if we're playing against another late game deck, I think we've got a pretty darn good chance. Lots of power and lots of synergy. I'm super excited for this one. I hope you are too, and I'll see you in game number 1. Alright, here we are in game 1, going first, playing 18 lands, only found 2 of them, and not even a blue in our opening hand, but we don't want to cast Doppelgang for a while. We have Maverick on 1, Inspector on 2, which is hopefully enough of a roadblock, honestly, and I'm going to keep it for that reason as we get into game number 1 here. If you are watching the channel here and do enjoy the content, would love if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Subscription numbers have gone down in the last month or 2, and not exactly sure why, but if you're here and you enjoy the content and you really would like to give back to the channel in a non-monetary way, subscription is absolutely free for you, and it's a great way to give back. So thanks for your consideration. in advance. You can also check out the link in the description for my Patreon page if you'd like to give back in a monetary way as well, and you get rewards for a very, very inexpensive Patreon page. So, thanks again for your consideration. Don't think they're blocking here, and then I guess next turn we just play Axebane Ferox, and yeah. Novice Inspector into a disguised creature. That's what I thought. Sure. Oh, I can technically cast that for X equals 0, which I won't be doing. So let's do this. And then get in here, I guess. And Chalk Outline currently not doing a whole lot, but if we chump with the Maverick, play Chalk Outline, and the next turn activate the Maverick, that does give us a 2/2 and a clue. And I think I will chump with the Maverick. I mean, that's the whole point of it being in the deck, is to preserve our life total and synergize with Chalk Outline here, so... But I don't think they're going to be attacking. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so... I guess we attack with Ferox here and... see what they do. Okay, chump, sure. I guess I get a blue here. And then just play Chalk Outline. I really do wish, I think this card would be very, very cool and fun if it gave you anything when it entered the battlefield. Like if it gave you a clue, or if it triggered this once, like when ETBs make a 2/2 then investigate, and every other time it does, but that would probably be too good. It's just, it's so slow. It's 4 mana, do literally nothing. Yeah, I guess we can do it this way here. Again, just trying to preserve our life total as much as we can. Ah, I chose the wrong one. Well, I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I chose the right one. I don't even know what this one is. But they could be both crocodiles. Who knows? Alright, let's start by doing this. I can't collect evidence 6, unfortunately, yet. So I guess I'll see what I draw here. Tristani is the only bad way that this... Oh my gosh, I was thinking to myself, do I tap the blue, or do I leave myself the open green white to cast Tristani? And unfortunately I got punished there by the one card in my deck that would punish me. Okay, well, I still think it's important to just not die. So, just gonna go ahead and cast this, and next turn Tristani could... No, we can't do double strike, unfortunately, because we're gonna have to cast it, and then we won't have a white. So, all right, let's see. Let's just have them turn that face up, whatever it is. Well, I guess this way also forces them to do that, and then we can just jump here. That has a reach, right? Yeah. See what it is. Crowd Control Warden. It is an 8/8. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Case of the locked hothouse here is horrible, to say the least. So I can give this thing Vigilance, which does have Death Touch, so... Or, it does have Death Touch. So if they want to double block, they get rid of both of their creatures here. Okay, they'll go to 5. Yeah, see, I mean, it's just... It does stone cold nothing. I can also always doppelgang for 1 if I want to. Like I can make an Axebane Ferox next turn. And then I get another haste creature. I guess I'll just take 6. Another Sentry and a Disguise. No, locks it on Eavesdropper. Okay. Tap land. Is there any way I kill them or survive this turn? So, Doppelgang, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All I could do is give something Vigilance here. So I could create an Axebane Ferox, give one of them Vigilance, and then attack. But they only need to block 1. I don't get lifelink or anything. Of course, I'm 1 mana off. Yeah, I think I die if I don't do this. I'd probably die even if I do. But, I mean... So, can we even survive? Block, 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 take 6, 7? No? Yeah, we don't have a... They do have to block here, though. Well, no, they don't, because if I attack here, they just chump one of them, and one is tapped. That's the reason I'm playing 18 lands. We did miss land drops, and had we hit the land drops, we would have been able to cast Doppelgang there for X = 2 and create 4 creatures that likely just cemented the game. But instead, they have correctly counted they have lethal, so block, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and if they attack with everything, they do unfortunately lose. 1 is not 0, so... Yeah, alright. Well, we kind of did what we wanted to do, but didn't get quite lucky that time. Alright, we're up first again with Tipster on 2, and potentially 2 creatures on 3. And then we can just start trading these things off, except for Tipster more than likely. Alright, there's the Doppelgang. Let's see if we can make it up to 8 mana this game or not. Agent. I think I need my land drops more than I need a random 2-drop here. Alright, not bad. Take 4. It doesn't have trample. Death Touch, haste, and currently hexproof. Another one. Alright, this time I do think I have to get rid of an island. Alright, they'll chump it again. Now they can target it, notably. If they exile both of these things. Let's see if they do kill it. Looks like they will. We do get to collect evidence on it, though, so at least there's that. Chalk Outline wouldn't be the worst draw. Land also isn't the worst of the draws. So let's do this. Submit 4. I think I'll leave Tunnel Tipster up in case I draw something. Don't know exactly what I could draw, but we'll see. Maverick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I mean, I think both of those are okay. I want land drops, and another Ferox seems fine, so let's go ahead and end the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That land will make 7, so we're at least 3 turns away from casting Doppelgang here. I think I will offer this trade if they'd like to take it. Don't mind that so much. Okay. And end the turn. Really hope there's not another unscrupulous agent. That would be unfortunate. Another disguise. Sure. Now I guess they would double block Ferox, wouldn't they? No, still not double blocking it. Now they do have the mana to once again target it. So maybe that was not a great attack, considering my Doppelgang targets are also not great right now. Let's see if they kill the Ferox with collect evidence 4 here. Looks like they do. Alright, Doppelgang, you're looking worse and worse. We're gonna get up to the mana more than likely, but we're just gonna have to hope that they play great creatures. Okay, I guess we do that. And then pass it back and plan to chump with Maverick and get a trigger off of Chalk Outline. Oh god, I hate that. This card is very good, but in a not great archetype. Okay, so we do have Doppelgang mana here, but the issue is... Oh, what I could do is copy Yaris, but the problem is I would only get 1. And then I could copy Chalk Outline, which would give me 2 Chalk Outlines. And then next turn Maverick would give me more. I would get 1 Yaris and 2 Chalk Outlines here. It's not the best Doppelgang I've seen, but now next turn the Maverick is going to trigger. Oh, I get 3 triggers off of this. and let them draw 2 cards? Like, I never know how to play against this card. Whenever a face-down creature you control dies, return it to the battlefield face down, then flip it. Or if it deals combat damage to me, they draw a card. So whenever 1 or more. Okay, no blocks. Draw a card, play a land, and pass the turn. Alright, a Rebel Belt Maverick. Go ahead and trigger this a bunch of times. And they all have haste. So does this. Is that lethal? It could be. Let's see. So what could they do? They double block this, they die. They block this, they take 2. They chump that, they die. They block this, take 3, block that, they die. Okay. Think that means they die. Does that work? Alright. Doppelgang did get us there in the end. So it all worked out. Having 3 chalk outlines on the battlefield at the same time. Alright, we go first, and the hand is a little bit slow. Do have our best card. We could play Sprite on 3 and then counter something and kill something, maybe. Got a lot of 2-drops we could also draw. Got a lot of lands that'll help us hit our land drops. I think we have to get blue with this, unfortunately, so that makes Tristani farther away. Give me a 2-drop here. Maverick is also fine, to be honest. Yeah, I think having 1 in the yard is good. I'll keep the land. Red herring. Okay, no blocks. Go ahead and just play a Sprite, and honestly, I'll be fine trading off Sprite for the red herring if they would let me. Sure. Oop, got a combat trick. Okay, they will not let me. The chase is on. Sure. Well, I have an Axebane Ferox. That seems like a race we win. So I'm just gonna bash. They can't even target it currently. I really hate how Bite Down on Crime is... It's almost bugged on Arena because it always says it costs 2 mana. And it only costs 2 mana if you can collect evidence with it. I just wish it would say 4. Alright, got the Gorehound and attack. Again, case, just horrible. I think I'm just going to hold up mutation here. Oh, that gives them the ability to target the Ferox now. But the mutation... will work well here. So put 2 counters on a creature and then target that spell. And it does protect it here. I'm seriously debating just siding this out. I'm playing 18 lands, not exclusively because of this card, but it certainly helps. And look at this. It's just 4 mana do Stone Cold nothing for like 4 turns. Oh, that was dumb. Just had lethal with another Ferox. I think all they have is a red herring, so definitely could have just gotten lethal in, but we'll do it next turn. I'll just play this 4-mana do literally nothing spell. I'd be shocked if they didn't sacrifice Red Herring here. Alright, they do have the murder, it looks like, so I guess we don't win. Or at least I think they do. Okay, that does block. And I think it's a Nervous Gardener the way that they're tapped. So I think I'm just gonna go for it. I don't have a reason to do that necessarily. Either they kill one or they don't, so yeah. Weren't punished by the lack of noticing that they were dead on board, but Doppelgang again. That's a second Doppelgang win. Alright, we're starting on the draw this time. We have Double Maverick. We can't play him till turn 2, but I think it's hopefully not going to be too slow, and this card certainly hasn't been shy. So they have Shock, which doesn't line up very well against our deck. I'm going to be fine if they Shock a Maverick. I don't care about that. So let's do this here. Put one in the yard, and honestly, I don't think I need an island. I'd rather have a forest. I would have kept it if it was a forest. Could you imagine if we doppelganged for 2 on 2 of our copies of Chalk Outline that we have? We would then have, well, we have 6 Chalk Outlines. And then every single one of these would trigger that thing 6 times. That would be great. So let's go to combat here. Get in with the Maverick. I'm sure they'll take it. Play another one. That's fine in the yard, and we'll draw our lands. We're still good for at least 2 more turns here, so yeah, I'll just throw both of those in the yard here. And then end the turn. Aren't looking to be super aggressive, at least not yet. Still do have Shock. I would be, pun intended, shocked if they shocked a Maverick here. Alright, found a swamp. Slimy Dual Leech. Okay. Tristani, do nothing else, or Chalk Outline, and then next turn we can Maverick and Tristani here. I think I'm going to go ahead and just be mana efficient, play the Chalk Outline, and I'll jump with these Mavericks because, again, they're just here to put themselves in the graveyard. Oh, they don't even want to let me do it. I'm also fine with that. Let's go ahead and play Tristani. I expect it to not survive long, but I mean, I'm not going to not play it here. And gosh, doppelganging this Chalk Outline and saving this Maverick just feels really nice. We're not under any pressure at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're like 3 turns away from doing that. It's really slow, but again, we're just not under pressure. So let's see if Tristani does in fact die. I can also represent reasonable doubt here. Oh, they just did nothing. That's fine too. I can represent the counterspell, which means they might not go for it. That's fine. They still have shock, we know about that. Not bad, I'll take it. Pass the turn. We might be able to somehow blow out shock by eliminate the impossible, but my guess is they're just going to shock whatever first 2/2 we get off of a chalk outline here. All right, sure. Evidence Examiner. Not the greatest of draws. I also have to watch out their blue mana. I don't really want to run Doppelgang into a counterspell as much, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for that. As often as they just pass back, can't really run this out until they tap out. Oh, yeah, they're just going to shock that. That's also fine. Did get the shock out of their hand. Okay, so they did find a way to get rid of Tristani here. So I guess what we could actually do, what happens if we create a copy of Coerce to Kill and target Tristani with it? Who owns it at that point? That is an answer I don't have. So we both have an enchantment on a creature in which you control enchanted creature. So who controls it? I guess the most recently played Coerce to Kill? Is that how that works? They can't actually activate it, funnily enough. See if they have a counterspell they do want to use. No? I feel like they would have countered that if they had one. I still don't want to get rid of the Mavericks because I am planning on doppelganging the chalk outline here, so I think I'm just passing the turn. Shock the tipster. Okay. Gosh, could you imagine if we got up to 11 mana? We can cast this for 3? That'd be pretty darn good. Alright, look, the Case of the Locked Hothouse is actually doing something now. The problem is, I cannot run myself into reasonable doubt. I just can't do it. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, they have another one. Okay. Now they don't have any mana left. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? Is that how that works? So 9, so X equals 3? This has to work, doesn't it? So we do this, we do... What else can we do? I guess the chalk outline, but we probably don't even need that. We can get 1 Tristani back. I think I do... I do really want to do the chalk outline, though. Oh my goodness. We did it! We cast Doppelgang for X equals 3. Now let's see if they have a board wipe. I mean, I don't know what else they could have here, and I just don't really want to play around with any sort of funny business. Is this one ever 1 or more? Yeah, 1 or more. Okay. Oh, they did have the board wipe. Okay. Oh no! Then they can exile Rubble Belt Mavericks. Oh no, but then that triggers our chalk outline 12 times. So... that's actually not bad. They chose nothing. What left our graveyard? I don't even know. What did they choose? Tristani, I suppose? Okay. So let's do this and this. Oh, they have Reasonable Doubt. Okay. That should be okay. Alright, you ready for the triggers? Oh my word. Too great. We've officially beat the format. Like, we won the format. I was worried about playing around, you know, Ill-Timed Explosion or something and not going all in on that, but we could have just triggered that thing 12 times on that turn. Alright, we're up first again, and Gravestone Strider's made an appearance. That does let us cast some blue cards, and again, we've got 18 lands, so we've got plenty of fixing to get towards what we need to get to. Because we can filter mana through this bad boy. If we need to use Eliminate the Impossible or something, just to even cycle it. But I think we have peaked in the format with that last game, to say the least. Blue-green. Alright, Tunnel Tipster. Chalk Outline. I would love to play it. I just need a land. Can't cast this, even though it looks like I can. So I guess we just do this. Well, let's attack first, I suppose. And land would be nice, obviously. There is a Kellen, and we can't reach it with Bite Down on Crime. Only gives +2/+0. So I guess we do this. No attacks, and we'll see if we can survive against a Kellen here. Oh, brutal. Whenever it attacks, destroy up to one target artifact. Well, that's annoying. Usually trinket text that doesn't really do anything, but it did here. Okay, let's get rid of Eavesdropper, I guess. And still can't attack. Something I can do is block Kellen, and then next turn I Gravestone Strider, exiling Inspector, and then I get 2 triggers on Chalk Outline, get 2 2/2s and 2 clues, but I don't know how good that is. I mean, it prevents 3 damage here. Another Eavesdropper. They are missing land drops. Although, they have an endless stream, seemingly, here. I think I'll take it this turn. Ugh, brutal. Okay. Go ahead. I guess we cast Eliminate to preserve some life and draw a card. Yeah, our draw is really not lining up particularly well this game. Okay, take 1. A Killer Among Us. Yeah, missing land drops. We've had Doppelgang like every single game, but missing land drops just... That's why I'm playing 18 lands. You see it here. Doppelgang for 1. Is that even good? Not really. We have to figure out a way to survive. To be able to cast it for 2. And I'm not sure we're going to be able to do that. Take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 potentially. Yeah, we're at 7 now and they've got more mana. So we did have a relatively mana efficient turn here, but I mean, we need help. Like a lot of help. I don't know exactly how to get it. I guess we do 1, 2, 3. I don't think we survive this turn, unfortunately. I mean, they've got all their mana up. They can do all sorts of things here. And even if we cast Doppelgang for 2, I still don't think we survive that next turn either. I guess tapping with a bunch of green open would have left open the possibility of doing a Maverick here, but like, what do? We're at 4, so we block, 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 and if we block the wrong 2, then we're dead. They might even just have lethal either way. And then next turn we're at like 1, and then Doppelgang copies a Killer Among Us, which gives us 6 creatures and a Kellen to block a flyer? And that's assuming they have... Well, now we're dead. Crawl Whipcracker. Man, this card just gets me a lot. So what do? We block here, and then we have to choose correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have to choose correctly here, and if we choose wrong, we lose. Alright, we chose wrong. Yeah, just... When the deck works, it really works. And when you stumble, you stumble, and you lose. So let's see if we can at least get a couple more wins. Okay, we go first, and look, I don't think we've played an entire game this draft in which Doppelgang wasn't in our opening hand or one of our first couple of draws, which... is a blessing and a curse, because that means, you know, you can't use it for a while, so you kind of are playing a card down for a little bit. Really need Tunnel Tipster to survive here, because a turn 3 Ferox is kind of all we got going for us. There's a lot of ways they can remove this. Alright, Gravestone Strider, it's fine. And obviously now we just kind of would like... you know, lands. Blue land would be great. Gravestone Strider, just land, basically. I can cast Bite Down on Crime as it is, so if they play something that blocks this well, I can kill it. They can't target this because... they don't have Collect Evidence 4 available to them. Sanitation Automaton does technically block my Ferox, but it would be a 3 for 1. Is that something I'm willing to let happen? Maybe? Alright, well, let's see if that's something they want to do. I don't think it's going to be, but you never know. I don't want to use Bite Down on Crime to ensure that they don't. Yeah, so they're just going to chump here. Play Maverick and Surveil lands to the top. There we go. That will work out. And look at Bite Down on Crime. Still saying it can be cast when it cannot. So next turn we'll have 5 mana and only 1 blue. So we might need to use Bite Down on Crime, but we'll see. Depends on what they play. They have 4 mana here now. Okay, just cycle that for 2, I guess. And now they have the mana to kill the Ferox if they want to. Or they have the evidence to kill the Ferox. Oh, interesting. That's a way to do it. Sure. Okay, well, let's just do this then. And then go to combat. Collect evidence 4. And hit our land drops here. And be well on our way to a doppelgang for 2. Surveillance monitor. And they do have exactly 4. Good for you. Not interested in a land. I do think I'm going to kill that monitor here. And I think I'm going to do it... Yeah. I could do it while play... No, I can play Forest. No, I want to be able to have Doppelgang up as quick as possible. So let's do Bite Down on Crime for 4. Targeting here to here. Pay 4. Go to combat and submit here. Get the evidence. Do this. And I'd be fine trading this for anything over there. It puts itself in the yard, and that's kind of where we want it anyway. So that's fine with me. Actually, I will crack the clue here. I guess I tapped a little bit wrong. I should have played this and then kept up an island so I can do either clue or eliminate the impossible. But I don't see myself needing to cast this. We're still 2 mana away from Doppelgang for 2 here. Cobb Reconstruction, and what's the follow-up? A disguised creature. Sure. Okay, not a bad draw, so let's go... They went this way. Go get, I guess, green. Cast Escape Tunnel. Go get blue. And then I don't think I'm going to collect evidence here because the Maverick has all the sorts of synergies with the chalk outline that we have already proven. Just going to leave up Eliminate the Impossible here. And I'll go ahead and decline. No attacks. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's a top deck. We will be doppelganging that next turn. We don't have great targets for the second token, but... Yeah, we're just gonna lose to a zoning here. Is there a world where we're supposed to wait and cast this for 3? Do something like cast Eliminate the Impossible this turn and... Because, you know, copying a Zoni just gives you one of them. It does give you 2 triggers, though, because both of them enter the battlefield. So if we have collect evidence 8 available to us in the yard, we could get 4 of the spiders. This is very risky, but I'm gonna try to slow play this a little bit. Okay, there's a chalk outline. That has a surveillance monitor for sure. And unfortunately, we can't kill a Zoni here. We can kill a couple of other creatures with Eliminate the Impossible, though. Oof. Oh, jeez. The synergy. Oh, we're getting destroyed here. They're beating us with our own medicine, except they've got a Zoni. Yeah. That's another way to trigger it. Man. Hmm. Oh, they've got Menace, too. Why do they have Menace? I don't see a way around this. This card is too good. I think it's the second highest winningest card in the entire set. Okay, take 3. Got rid of a bubble smuggler over there. Drawing all the lands, which is usually fine, but, like, not really in a situation like this. We're 1 mana away from Doppelgang for 3 here. And I think that's one of the only ways we win. So... and we probably don't even win that way. So, right, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this needs to be cast for 11. So we just do this. We don't collect evidence. And then we trade off something. And then maybe Triple Azoni is going to be able to collect evidence 3 different times. Obviously, the Tunnel Tipster has to survive. So we block with these 2, and then we have 11 in the yard, which is 1 away from being able to do it 3 times. No, because the Doppelgang might be in the yard. It might also still be on the stack. We might also just die here. Like, I mean, that's also very possible. This has Menace. These all have Menace. So we're taking at least 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If I block these, go to 3. And then, yeah, we've got to be dead. Even casting this for X equals 3 here. But I'll play it out. Maybe we'll get enough creatures. now we go to 2. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we go to 2. We got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, this is what we gotta hope for here. And hope they don't have fanatical strength or something. Alright. Plus, all these have menace, so like we're dead so many different ways, I think. Maybe I could actually... So something I could do is stack the triggers if I copy Gorehound to be able to surveil so many times with the Zoni that I get... Sorry, I'm going to move camera here. Gameplay. Don't auto-order the triggers. So let's do this, and doesn't really matter what the last thing is. I guess this here. So, drag triggers to choose resolution order. So these will resolve first, and then the Azonis trigger. So yeah, we want it that way. Yeah, gotta keep dumping things in the yard to get enough, right? How much do we have now? Do we have 12 for... That's 1. This is 2. And that's 3. So yeah, we've got 12. Is a chalk outline on top gonna do anything for us? I don't know. Probably not. Oh my gosh. So many triggers. Alright, so let's do 4. Oh my god, more. We could have decked ourselves if we wanted to. Oh my goodness. Do we even have time to have all of this resolve? I still don't think we have enough here. Enough creatures. That gains us a couple life, actually. Maybe we can, now that I think... All these are actually tokens. So we might actually... I don't know. Have not done this math yet. So what does this even do? Sack 4 tokens, surveil 2, draw 2, gain 2. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blockers, and they have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 attackers, basically, because of the reach. Or because of the menace. No, 14, 15, 16, 17, yeah, 18. Look, if there's any card that could have potentially got us back into it, it was Doppelgang, but... I mean... It's only happened... a couple of turns too early, and all they got to do is kill a Zoni here, yeah, because now, if they attack with everything, looks like they've still got us, because we can only activate this now, which doesn't gain us enough life, so sure, you have a Zoni, and then you sacrifice that one, and if you attack with everything, I do believe we lose. So, yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's all of these. We died everything else. Man, the deck was so sweet, but it's just, sometimes when you do sweet things, you just, unfortunately, don't min-max your win percentage, but that's alright. We draft enough here on the channel that fun things like this have a place on this channel. So I hope you guys at least enjoyed this draft here today. I know I did, win or lose. So thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.